What's up, Cowboys Nation? It's your boy John G. I figured that I'd give my Monday morning quarterback on this game. Yesterday, it was a little emotional at the stadium. I mean, it wasn't too bad. If you guys want to see my final thoughts, go to Mark Holmes' channels where I'm pretty much talking about it. But when I had some time to digest this, I wanted to come back and do a video like I'm doing right now. So I'm going to do my top 5 reasons why I believe the Cowboys lost this game. Number 5 is the officiating. Now, that doesn't go to say that I believe that, the refs were just horrible throughout the game. I thought that they were pretty fair. I do believe that a lot of the holding calls that they called on us and stuff like that was, they were clear and blatant holds, so I'm not going to hold that against them. But I do believe that snap rule or whatever they called at the end, I do believe that affected the game. So I have to add officiating there because LP Ladisor has been doing this for a very long time. He's very consistent. He has a routine. And as they showed on the Sunday Night Football, this is the same thing that he did on the 52-yarder. So why didn't you push it back then? Or we punted the ball quite a bit during the game. This is what LP does. So I'm not really understanding that call right there, but that's my number 5. Number 4, I would say, is play calling. The reason that I say play calling in this aspect is I don't believe that we're putting our players in position to win. So why is it that Dak Prescott finished the halves much better than he played throughout the game? It's because Dak Prescott is better in a faster environment. I'm not saying that you have to go no huddle, but what you guys have to do is up the tempo. And for some odd reason, we slow it down. Instead of, I'm not saying that you have to play fast all the time, but when we need to get something going, you got to step up the tempo. And I just don't believe that we put him in a good opportunity yesterday to make plays. How many rollouts did we do for him this week that opposed to last week? Every time we did play action against the Redskins, we put them in a predicament where they were out of position. Even later on, where I can touch on the officiating, where Rico pretty much got held down the field at one point on the play action. We just do not do play action enough, in my opinion. Number 3, Dak Prescott's turnovers. And there's a clip, that quarterback sneak where he clearly got the first down and he fumbled. That's on Dak Prescott. You have to hold on to the football, son. You have to hold on to the football. And that strip sack touchdown where Kerrigan stripped him and Preston Smith scored the touchdown, that was completely on Dak Prescott. And if you go back and watch the clip, and what I'm going to try and do is I'm going to try and cut it so that you can see it. On the left-hand side, you see Gallup beat his defender over the top on the double move. And you see Zeke Elliott right there for the check down. I'm not sure what Dak's eyes were or what his clock was, but if you felt that pressure, you had the check down right in your face. And he tried to make too much of a play, backed up against the goal line. Dak Prescott, now, they did not score. I don't believe they scored anything on the sneak fumble. But they did score on a scoop and score right there. And we were driving on that turnover earlier. So those turnovers definitely hurt us. And I would love to have them back. But I do think that they affected the outcome of the game, obviously, with it being a 13-10 game and us getting the ball back. That Dak Prescott's turnovers definitely were a big reason why we lost this game. Number 2, the coach's trust of Dak Prescott. And as you can see, with 12 seconds to go, us on their 30-yard line with one timeout, they didn't trust Dak enough for him to get it closer for a closer field goal. And the wind was absolutely terrible yesterday, guys. I was in the tailgate parking lot, and both of our tents were just blowing. Like, the wind almost took the tents. So what you're telling me is you trust a longer field goal by our kicker than you do our quarterback with one timeout. Or maybe you just don't trust the offensive line. I don't know, but I believe it's the trust of Dak Prescott because he's shown you flashes that he can move the ball when he has a little bit more control out there. They don't allow him to do audibles. Like, I talked to Clarence last night, and me and my father had a discussion where he said they shut down Zeke. And I felt some type of way about it, and then I thought about it. And after, how many times are we checking the runs? How many times are we checking to runs that are putting us in a better position. Zeke is essentially running against 8-9 fronts the entire game, and we're not checking out of it, or we're not spreading it out and checking 2 runs. I mean, it just looks like when we're running the football, we're lining up to run the football. So them not allowing Dak Prescott, in my opinion, to change things at the line of scrimmage, because you can see that he's limited when it comes to checking the things at the line of scrimmage. So I believe that that's a big reason why we lost the game yesterday. And number one, player execution. Tyron Smith got his ass bullied by Preston Smith the entire game. It was shameful. Tyron Smith, that had to be his worst game as a pro. It looked like training camp when DeMarcus Ware used to tear him up. That's what it felt like. Now, we could say this about Dak and this and that, but Tyron Smith did him no favors yesterday. And the offensive line did us no favors as far as the run game went, because they could never get to the second level. So we could say Zeke had a bad day, but what chance did Zeke really have? We just did not execute up front. Defensively, I felt that we missed a lot of tackles yesterday, especially on Adrian Peterson, when we had him bottled up and we just did not, we didn't tackle him very well. And he had, I believe, 24 carries for 99 yards. But yeah, that's just how I feel, guys. Let me know what you think. Give me your assessment. What do you believe were the reasons that we lost the game? All right, guys. Peace.